Hey guys, welcome to the channel. It's Jack with Stronghold Strength and Conditioning. And today, I've got a 10-minute leg and core workout that you could follow right along with. But before we get into it, make sure you take a moment and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on future content like this. Every Thursday, I'm putting out videos showing you how to resolve aches and pains, prevent injuries, and overall optimize your performance. That includes workouts like this. So, take advantage of it. Ready? Let's dive into this one. All right, guys, the name of the game today is leg day, and we're gonna sprinkle in a little bit of core work with that as well. This is a quick 10-minute follow-along workout, all body weight exercises, so all you're gonna need is a mat and just a little bit of space to work, and maybe a water bottle you might want. I'll have the timer going for us. What we're gonna be doing is every minute on the minute, we're just rotating through 10 different exercises here and going straight through the workout, so you'll get little bits of rest here and there as you transition from exercise, but do the best you can to go from one exercise to the next. And mainly, if you're just getting started, what I would say is shoot for at least 8 reps or 12 reps, 8 to 12 reps in that minute time frame that we're working. Other than that, don't worry about anything but that form. All right, guys, get ready. We got a few seconds before we start here, but we're gonna be on our backs to begin. I want you to put the balls of your feet together, the sole of your foot together, with the knees opening wide. We're gonna start with these frog pumps here. Shoulder blades rolled down and back. Every time my back comes down to the mat, I want my lumbar spine to be flat. This is ensuring that I'm engaging my abdominals in this position. Every time I drive to the top, I want to feel my gluteals engaging to lift those hips as high as I can. So really focus on a nice tight squeeze at the top with the knees pulling open away from one another as the feet push into one another. So I'm actually applying pressure foot to foot and driving the hips up. Now this might feel a little bit clunky at first, but that's why we're starting here. We want to make sure that we're opening up the hips, we're getting those hips moving well, we're lubricating those knees, getting them in a good position and ready to go, and even working those ankles a little bit from here. Great job. Next, we're going to continue on our backs here with our low back pulled flat and transition to a full extension here. So the arms are extending out overhead. You'll notice my thumbs are touching the floor. My legs are extending down low. My heels tapping the floor. Everything's going to tap at once. And if you have a gym dog, you know how I feel right now. He's making his appearance. Excuse his hind end wagging in the screen there. So lumbar spine flat to the mat the whole time here. Even as I'm in full extension, I don't let that low back pull up. I want to reach out, try and reach with a straight arm as much as possible. My quads are engaging, my glutes are engaging, everything maintaining tension in that full reach. If you have trouble reaching out in full extension here, you could try a contralateral movement as well, which would be opposite arm and opposite leg going out at the same time. That might be a little bit easier for you to control that lumbar spine in that position. Good job. Next, bring those feet down to the floor, wide of your mat. We want a nice wide stance here because we're actively putting the hip in internal rotation. We've already done external rotation, now we're gonna look at internal rotation. So your knees should be caving in toward one another, but we wanna make sure we have active feet. So I have 3 points of contact on each foot, the first metatarsal, the fifth metatarsal, and the heel. My heels are back toward my glutes, but with that wide stance, they might not be as tight as they normally would on a regular glute bridge, and that's okay. Once again, every time my lumbar spine comes down to the mat, I want to make sure that it is pulled in flat so that it comes down with the abdomen engaging. My shoulder blades are rolled down and back and in a good position here. All right, next, if your gym dog will allow it, we're going down into a prone position here, and we're gonna be doing what I call swimmers. So first of all, we wanna pin our pelvis to the floor with the glutes flexing and the quads engaging. My legs are completely straight here, my quads are flexed, my glutes are flexed. my abs are flexed in this position, and that is my base. That's how I'm not tipping over here, and it's also how I get that extension of my spinal column. I'm reaching out long overhead as if I were swimming through water here, hands, palms together, and then I'm pulling that water back behind me. As I reach back behind, what I want to see is that my hands are at about the level of my glutes, as if I was almost going to interlace those hands behind my back or touch those hands behind my back. So I'm trying to keep the arms high back behind me as I swim through. Then I make a nice little wrist circle at the waistline there and push back out into that swimming position. Great job. I know that's a tough one. We're going to transition now to a seiza and a sissy. So we're going to combine the two, a sissy squat and a seiza. If you have trouble sitting in seiza with your feet in plantar flexion like that, you can place a pillow under your ankles to provide a little bit more padding and support. What I'm doing here is driving my hips off my heels, focusing on my glutes engaging and my abs engaging in that top position. So as I lean back, my core is engaged. If your gym dog has overstayed his welcome, it's all right to push him away at this point. And mine definitely has. So once again, keep focusing on the glutes engaging and driving the hips high no matter what distraction you have with the shoulder blades on the upper back. You'll see that my chin does stay tucked toward my Adam's apple here. That's helping keep my abdomen engaged in a good position. I don't want to feel my back arching as I lean back, and this is a good angle to see that. Very good. Next, we're going to transition to a shin box here. So we're going to have one knee bent so the foot is at the inner thigh, while the other leg is back behind us with the foot plantar flexed. Now once again, if you have trouble with plantar flexion, open the foot up. That's okay too. But what you want to do from here is drive up once again from the glutes. We're working those hips strong here, getting the glutes engaged at the top position and trying to really open up that hip range of motion here. We're going to do about 30 seconds per side. Going ahead and switch sides here. Once again, foot to inner thigh, driving up from the hips, plantar flexed foot back behind you. Next, we're going to go into a plank position here with the hands below the shoulders, nice tight glutes, tight quads, abs engaged. Step up outside the hands here so it is a wide stance squat. We're going to drop the hips before standing up and then get the hands back to the floor between the feet, engaging the glutes, engaging the abs. Each time it's going to test that hip range of motion a little bit with that wider stance, and that's okay. Don't worry about that, do the best you can. We do want to focus once again on active feet, so we do have 3 points of contact on each foot in that bottom position of the squat, and as we stand up, that's the first metatarsal, the fifth metatarsal, and the heel. Awesome guys, next time you're up, switch to a split lunge here. I've got right foot out front, left foot to the back with the small toes being the focus of that back leg and that glute engaging, so it's really driving into my hip here. We're gonna do about 30 seconds per side again on this one, so it'll be a quick switch here. Couple reps per side. Make sure the knee of the front leg opens up toward the middle and small toes as you drive up each time. Go ahead and switch your stance. Once again, knee in line with the small toes on the front leg and small toes planted on the back leg with the hip internally rotated. We want to make sure we're not opening up our hips in this position to avoid that extension of the hip. That's a common area that people lose. Alright guys, 2 minutes remaining. The last 2 minutes we're going to spend with a single leg deadlift. So we're going to drive one knee high to the chest here. I'm trying to keep the leg that's straight locked out as much as possible in this one here. So my quads are engaging, pushing the floor away and the glutes, especially when I get to this knee to chest position. So driving the knee to the chest and then pushing out through that leg, once again as if I were reaching through the smallest toes, trying to lengthen that leg as much as possible. We're loading the hamstrings here as we hinge, and then we're engaging the hip flexors as we pull back through. So there's a lot going on here. Glutes are engaging as I extend back on the leg that's reaching back. Glutes are engaging on the leg that's balanced as I stand back up. We're going to be doing both legs here once again, so we'll transition here in a moment. Take your time. If you need to stand next to something to help with your balance, go ahead and do that, but just kind of touch it here and there if you're able to. All right, switching legs, and this is our last minute. Make sure you guys finish out strong here. All right, and there you guys have it. A quick 10-minute leg and core workout that you guys can do just about anywhere because it's all body weight stuff. Doesn't get much better than that. If you guys like this workout, make sure you let me know by clicking that big thumbs up down below, and take a moment to share this one with a friend. Maybe challenge them to it, see how they do. If you have not already, take a moment and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on future content like this. Every Thursday, I'm putting out videos showing you how to resolve those aches and pains, prevent injuries, and overall optimize your performance. And that includes these workouts. So, jump on it. Welcome to the Stronghold Army, guys. I'll see you next week.